Hi folks, here's my Redcat RS10. I'm gonna do some awesome mods to it. Well, I'm gonna attempt to. See if I can make it happen. I'll go over what I've done so far. Alright, so first of all, the tires, which are sweet. They are the RC four-wheel drive Super Swamper Mudslingers. I sealed the wheels and the fronts. Put weights in, 3 ounces in the front. They work great. I am changing them just because I want to go with a different look, and we'll see how it works. I'm probably going to lose some performance, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably end up going back to these. We'll see what happens. So as far as other upgrades, I've got the metal gears inside. I did my own upgrade to the drivetrain, the drive socket, like the pins that are in there. They were really loose and had a lot of play, a lot more than this. This is actually not that great either, but they were a lot worse. So I went in and put my own roll pins in and improved that. Shocks. I'll take this off. You got internal springs on the shocks. And I'm gonna pause it real quick because I need to grab some stuff. Okay, I'm back. So back to the roll pins. I used 3/32 roll pins and just cut them to the length that I needed. One of them is longer than the other two, and I don't remember. I think that goes on the gear, the big gear in there. So I think that's what the longer one was for. Back to the shocks. I put these springs on the inside for internal springs. It seems to perform the same. Haven't lost any performance there. Pretty much just my goal was to get the clearance and also the look. Kind of like it without the springs, the external springs, but I wanted to get the clearance there for my tire clearance. I do have the back locked out. Not a great job of locking out, as you can see, but it is locked out. I've got another one of these servos, and I mean, really the whole reason I got this truck was because of the rear steer. So I didn't want to lose it, and I still don't want to lose it. So but I did change my radio because I don't know if you have the same problem. I've heard it from other Redcat owners. The radios are a little glitchy that come with this truck. So I got the Fly Sky, whatever it is. It was like 30 bucks. It works great. But it has a third channel, but it's either full left or full right. I can't do any control for the rear steer. So I think I have come up with a solution that, sorry about that, forgot to grab something. I got this little block here, junction block. I'm gonna see if I can hook up the steering off one channel, and I believe it'll go the proper direction. So when this is going this way, this one should go this way, I think. Let's see, my 3-link suspension, I've moved that in on the chassis there, cut out some notches for that to go in to again gain clearance for the tires. Everything's waterproofed. I used conformal coating. I used this stuff here. It's red, and it is seriously red. And don't want to get any overspray on anything because it is It's not, I expected like a translucent kind of cherry red, but it's like bright, thick, not translucent. So mods to come. I've got I got a LiPo battery on the way. Low voltage alarm, and some of the connectors here, the XT60 connectors. I'm gonna go with those. Okay. So what's to come? This is the fun part. And here it is. Got this bad boy on Amazon for 65 bucks. I was gonna build one myself, but I can't build one like this. This thing's quality. It's nice. I'm pretty excited. It's got a little magnet here. Holds that on there. So I decided to go with the rock bouncer look because this is a Redcat and it's got the motor on axle. I just think it would be more fitting for the setup of a crawler than to try to go scale. But then this is gonna will give me some versatility. I'll be able to accessorize it. I've already have a winch plate on it. I can put a hitch on it, which I have plans. I've been planning on making a hitch. Just haven't gotten around to doing that. So at least now I'll have a place to mount that. So this is going to be fun. And the tires that I was talking about earlier, the look that I'm going with is these in the rear, the tractor tires, and these in the front. And if you watch rock bouncing, I'm sure you know the Outlaw, and it's pretty top notch. I like the way he's got his rock bouncer set up. Unfortunately, I can't do it like that, but I'm going to try to do it the best I can as far as weight distribution and at least the tires. I think it'll look good. It'll look cool. It'll be fun. And if it doesn't work, oh well, just makes it more challenging. This thing's already too perfect as it is. I have a hard time stopping this truck, so maybe at least it'll be a little more challenging to run. And got a friend of mine who is working on printing a dashboard for me, and I'll put a link to his YouTube channel on my description. He builds some pretty sweet lightsabers. If you're into that, they're pretty amazing. I'm impressed. So anyway, I'll put a link to his channel, Jonathan Summit. And then I'm gonna have a surprise that I won't say anything about yet. I've got plans for a driver, so I have to make a seat and get all that mounted up and done. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna start working. And if I get into anything that looks fun that I might be able to film, I will go ahead and get some video of that. Otherwise, I'm gonna get to work. Alright y'all, later. Okay, as expected, I ran into problems with my motor on axle. So it's gonna be hitting here. There's no way it's gonna work. Basically it's gonna hit there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna cut about that much out, and just put a vertical support here, and it'll open that up for the motor. Give that space. And also I'm gonna need to put a plate here for mounting the top links. And basically the front, this whole piece is gonna have to come out, which is kind of a bummer because we've got this sweet little magnet deal here. But anyway, I'll pull that out give my front axle motor space to move up and down here, and also put a plate here for the links in the front as well. Other than that, I'm not crazy about attaching it here as far in on this. I might shorten these. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play around with it, and eventually I'll get it right. It's a work in progress. That's what's fun about it. You just play with it until it's right. And so I made some servo mounts out of aluminum. Figured if I was going to put a stronger servo on, I should probably upgrade the mount, so I just went ahead and made some aluminum mounts for that. Forgot to show that earlier. But yep, I'll just move forward and video when I can, or when I get more progress. Alright, so I put everything back together because I'm gonna have to do some modifications on this, so it's gonna be a while. In the meantime, I do want to play with it, and I'm about to move to a different house, and there's a big giant rock in the backyard that I want to crawl on, so I don't want to miss out on that. So anyway, I just found out how to swap this. I was wrong about my servo. It did not work just plugging it in, and my linkages wouldn't work to swap the horns. So I did find a tutorial on YouTube on how to swap this manually, and it's real easy. You just swap the wires on the motor, resolder those in, and also on the board here. Anyway, the outer two on the board. So my motor's real easy. They were soldered on. Sometimes they're not soldered on in the motor. Sometimes it's a little different setup. So if you can't resolder them on the motor itself, you can just do it on the circuit board. But either way, that did it. That did the trick. So I'm going to unlock this ghetto steering, this ghetto locking axle, and put the rear steer back in, and be back to four-wheel steering, which is what I like. And okay, updates will come later. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot this board with the conformal spray. So I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. You can get it in clear. I got the red. No real reason. But, so I'm gonna have to mask everything off and then spray it and put it back together. All right. Okay, so that's what the conformal spray looks like. It's definitely red. So basically just coated the whole circuit board and wires. That should do the trick. It's underneath too, but I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you. Yeah. So there you go. There's a sneak peek of what my seat is going to look like. I formed that out of aluminum. I'll make it prettier too. It's a little uneven. It's not symmetrical. I'll fix all that. Just a rough template there. Alright, later.